Hey everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Create Sim video. I don't really do a lot of Create Sim videos, but I do enjoy Create Sim. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Sims 4 Create Sim is pretty revolutionary. Just the amount of customization you can do is, unlike any other. And luckily, we're finally getting an update on the skin tones because, for a very long time, that is kind of been the one area in Creatism that I think was very lacking. Even though I will say prior to this update that we're getting in December, skin tones in The Sims 4, while not great, were pretty much better than most games I can say. So, even though I think The Sims 4 has a lot of work to do, and I'm very excited to see what we finally get in the upcoming months, we'll say, the Sims team still did better than most, but that does not excuse them for how bad it's been for 6 years. But today we are creating in Create a Sim the Weird Sisters from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. For those who don't know, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina has been officially canceled, and then in December we are getting the 4th and final season. I'm a little upset about this for many reasons, but sadly this is a trend on Netflix. Netflix generally only has a show last 3 or 4 seasons anyways before they cancel it. Luckily, it seems like the team here behind the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina got some kind of heads up beforehand, so at least they'll get some kind of a chance to wrap up the series in a way that might feel cohesive. But yeah, I wanted to create the 3 sisters themselves: Prudence, Agatha, and oh my, why am I forgetting the last one? I really shouldn't be. But yeah, I wanted to create. So here we're working on Prudence. Prudence is like the leader of them, and she's by far she's the most fleshed out of the 3. Because I'm gonna be honest, they're not the most fleshed out characters. But yeah, it goes her, and then next we make Dorcas, and then Agatha last. But Prudence here. Prudence was the one I was most excited to make, and I don't know if I did the best on her. But, Prudence by far is, she's the leader of the Weird Sisters, I guess you could say. She's also the daughter of Blackwood, the old or ex leader of the Cult of Night. You'll see that I forgot to make her a spellcaster, but before I uploaded them to the gallery, I made sure to make her a spellcaster, so don't worry. And then here we have Dorcas. Dorcas is one of the other sisters. Her and Agatha, I'm going to say, are the least developed of all 3 of them. And I think this is just kind of the downfall of shorter TV shows, in the sense there are only like 12, 13 episodes per season of this show. So by the time, in seeing as they aren't the main characters, Dorcas and Agatha and Prudence are going to get less screen time and get probably less of an in-depth script. However, I do think, these characters are pretty interesting on their own, even if they could be a little bit more in-depth. From Agatha, or Dorcas, who are working on Dorcas, she's a little bit more flirtatious, but a little bit more uncommittal. So I gave her the uncommittal trait because, she is what we've seen. She tends to flirt with people, but, multiple people, and doesn't really seem to have one character she's super interested in. Other than that, she does seem to kind of just go with what Prudence says. She doesn't really seem to make up her own mind for the most part. She either follows Prudence or Agatha. So she's a little bit more of a follower than a leader. I think she's a pretty fun character in the show. She gets into some fun and crazy stuff. Her hair here, this hair isn't perfect to how she looks in the show, but it was close enough. The same for Prudence. You know, these were just kind of the best options, even though they're not 100%. But yeah, I give her the jealous trait, non-committal, and outgoing, because I was like, I feel like that matches her the best. But once again, it's a little harder with especially Dorcas and Agatha, because they're not, once again, the most in-depth characters, sadly. But like I said, so the show is being canceled for its 4th season, and this is very common on Netflix. They've even said before that, you know, by the 3rd season, a show usually gets canceled. So it's very nice, at least this show is going to get a chance to kind of wrap it up. For example, Glow, for anyone who watches Glow, very great show. They canceled it. It got renewed for a 4th season, but then due to coronavirus affecting scheduling and stuff and filming, they decided to straight up cancel it, which I'm a little upset about, but you know, we do what we do. And you know, like I said, part of the reason they canceled Glow was they didn't see a big enough return investment on, you know, viewership and membership, which is how, you know, they make their money, unlike some other shows. So even though, you know, Glow was pretty popular, they decided that, you know, they're just going to cancel the 4th season altogether, because they just didn't see them making the money with how long it was going to take to come back and film season 4. Sabrina, I'm not 100% sure why it got canceled. I'm assuming it has to do with Netflix. They've said this before, and that, you know, most people, you know, if there's a show that Netflix comes out that interests them, they'll get a subscription, and then by the 3rd season of a show's life, even though it might have steady viewership, it's not bringing in new viewers. And sadly, for streaming networks or streaming services like Netflix to bring in money to survive, you need to have the shows constantly bringing in new people. So you're not going to put resources into something like The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, just because it's not really bringing in the viewership. Here we're wrapping up on Agatha. As you see, all the sisters have the same outfit. I was kind of viewing in the 1st season, they all kind of wore very similar outfits to this. Sabrina wore one that was kind of red. For her traits here, I was trying to think of what really defined Agatha, and I was thinking it was her who wanted to crush Harvey's brother and Harvey in the mine. So I was like, okay, she's definitely going to need like the mean trait or something. I ended up giving her ambitious as well, because, you know, I do think, and I gave her erratic solely because of how season 3 ended. Anyways, we're wrapping up here, and let's look at these images. I just have some screenshots of them. You can download them off the gallery. My username is Jaymehorne, Jaymehorne, one word. And you can check out some of my other content there as well. And make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.